Welcome back to the land of fuster clucks and dirty old sacked out furred trucks. And don't worry, this whole video is not going to be in the dark. It's just we got like 8 hours of daylight, you know, and well, we used those up earlier, didn't we, with our dog? You know what we also used up?
How drunk are you right now? 6 out of 10.
Hey, what is the liquor? You never ate with your dog. You don't need a liver. Well, my fat crippled ass was sitting in the shack the other day, getting a bunch of work done. And, well, someone was talking about auction sales. And I said, auction sales, that's mint. I wonder if there's any auction sales on the go. Well, lo and behold, Richie Bros is having another auction. Well, I'm just gonna go have a quick gander. No big deal. A couple of drinks, afternoon beers. 2024, no accountability, nothing's my fault, right? So, you know, the old lady's sitting there and she's saying, oh, you don't need any more junk. The backyard's all piled up. And, well, I'd rather start to wash my mouth out with shot than listen to that kind of advice. So I'm scrolling through the old auction block and lo and behold, there's nobody else bidding on this hot rod but me. Well, there was me and another guy. And, well, I got this sassy old pile for a good deal. So I got that sassy old pile, and there was a few other things that a bunch of other people didn't want, and well, my fat crippled ass just swooped on in and grabbed it. Well, then I remembered that, well, I was having a few afternoon beers, and you know, maybe I should have listened to the old lady's advice, but you know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm a man. I piss standing up, and I take a dump with the door open.
Hell yes!
That's just how I do it. Then the afternoon beers started to wear off, you know, this, that, and the other, and I realized that all that junk's in Edmonton.
It's only 900 miles there and 900 miles back.
So, you know, like any self-respecting crippled man, I said to myself, I said, Pagan Leggin, you know what you haven't gotten running in a while? The old rickshaw. So the hot rod that I bought is mint. It's probably the mintiest Dodge I'll ever own and will ever own. It's a sassy Dodge.
What kind of
What did you say? What did you say?
So I might be getting a little bit worked up here and a little bit too excited because I haven't even laid eyes on this thing yet because it's 6 hours. Well, it's 4.5 hours in a vehicle that'll do the speed limit. But for the rickshaw and stopping for gas and oil fill-ups, it's a solid 6 hour drive. Well, it's 6 hours to the southeast of me. So now I gotta saddle up the old rickshaw, geared up with all its junk, and head her on down to the old city to pick up my sassy new dog. I'm pretty excited. Well, the only things that are standing in this cripple's way is other than the fact that the things I bought are, it's really important to read the fine print as buyer beware, you know, must inspect before you buy it. There's that's always a bit of an issue. And then the other junk that got added into the pile that actually has to go into the back of this minty pile of truck. Well, there's that stuff that's also sacked out. And all of it has to go in there and has to tow the rickshaw home. And the rickshaw hasn't ran since the last time I redlined it. It was making a bunch of weird smoke. But other than those small hurdles, we're gonna hobble it, we're gonna Terry Fox it all the way to Edmonton, and we're gonna give her all the way. The old rickshaw sacked out, and the tires are bunged up, and you gotta start it with a wire poking out of the dash. We're not gonna fix that. And I left a bunch of greasy old beer cans and fast food wrappers in there, and there's been a lot of mice pooping in there. If you guys haven't watched this channel before, just to let all you guys know, the rickshaw, it has suffered a lot of alcohol abuse. How much alcohol abuse? All of it. I don't even know if there's insurance on the old rickshaw. I don't know. I haven't run her forever, and it's getting that time of year again. I gotta put the snowplow back on it anyhow. So, what do you think, rickshaw? Well, the ranch still pumps mint. This thing will make it, no problem. You don't need to worry about it being a sacked out hot rod. The rickshaw hasn't let me down yet. I think the gas gauge still works in this hot rod too. Oh, interior lights work. So if you're sitting there saying Pagan Leggin, why doesn't the key work? It's like, well, you know, sometimes things are a sacked out piece. You just got to grab this wire here and then touch it to this wire here. Oh. Not bad. They like that right out of the gate. You got to get the carbon off the valve. Oh, the smoke is real. Come on, rickshaw. You got a bunch more miles left in you. Oh, I think I got race gas in this hot rod. Oh yeah, she's good to go. Oh, this rickshaw got her all. She's even got the old electric windows. The old power locks hasn't worked since the great rickshaw fire of 2021. Other than that, she's tip top. If I run into that bus, my old lady's gonna make me wear my ass for a hat. And it really messes up whatever hair I got left, so we're not gonna hit that. Oh, Robin's racing. Oh, the battery's not even trying to take a charge. Let's see. It's two things. It's sacked and the f***ed out. I love this old piece of shit. Good old rickshaw. All right, well, we got the frozen, sacked out battery on the charger. And I hope the sweet Fiddler it actually takes a charge, because I don't want to have to put a new battery in there. And you may be looking around saying, oh, Peg got all kinds of batteries. Well, that one's from the old scissor lift. That one's sacked out from Slave Lake, I think. No, that one's sacked. They're all sacked out except for the two brand new ones. And Winter Dog. Need some pettings? All right, let's put the old rickshaw in the air. Winter Dog, get out of here. He's a Winter Dog. Oh, you don't have to lay on me. Why are you laying on me? I'm trying to put the rickshaw in the air so I can go bring more junk home. Winter, you're laying right on me, bud. I'm not a tow rope. You can't just hump me. I'm not dying, am I? You can't sense something that I can you? Are you and the doctor, right? That's the last time I'm putting you in the microwave. It's the last and only time. Get out of here. Get, Winter Dog, get out of here. You're a stun dog, you know that? Oh yeah. You could tell by the mud jammed and everything being sacked out, that the rickshaw here, she's had a real easy life. Oh yeah, but the exhaust pipe is completely sacked out and fallen off, so we gotta fix that, because this thing just sounds like a res racer. I think this is Schedule 40 pipe I welded in here last time, and that's probably what this thing's gonna get, because this hanger's not even doing anything. It's sacked right out. Oh yeah, that thing's barely even rusted out. All right, the rickshaw is seriously struggling. All right, so all I did to rectify this issue is I grabbed some of that 2-inch exhaust pipe, sliced a chunk out of it. I got her hose clamped on, they're looking pretty good. So now I'm just gonna add a bunch of weld to it and try not to burn through it 7,000 times. And then chances are the hose clamp's there to stay. It's there for structure. Oh, that's a hole.
Perfect. Safe.
That's a hole. That's a hole.
Oh.
That's a hole.
What the f is this thing?
All right, so in hillbilly hindsight here, which is always 2020, what a cripple should have done is run 2 hose clamps on either side and got the connection kind of tight there, and then maybe welded it up. But I did not do that. All I did is I added to the problem by burning a bunch of holes in it all the way around. But I mean, it's kind of on there, so that means it's kind of mint. Well, we're in here giving her. We gotta see if this sassy old saw. I got this thing for free. This guy didn't want it. I fixed her up mint. It was a long time ago. I gotta see if she'll chooch. I don't know what the trick was to get this thing started, but we'll just pull on it until I have a heart attack.
You just press this button and speak into the air and...
I'm having chest pain.
Princess Auto had this on sale. VP small engine fix-it fuel. Is it mixed? No, it's definitely not mixed. So we'll toss a little bit of that in there. It's supposed to re-jive the carburetors. All right, any oil's better than no oil. We got some 1540 here. It'll identify as 2-stroke oil. So we'll add a little bit of that in there. And as far as bar oil, it'll be fine too. A little bit for the one for my homies. Mint. All right, so we got the headlights working. We didn't worry about the signal lights because I don't use those anyway. I'm one of those. Well, we got to get the going to town paint job onto her because she's going to the city. And I know it's not really color matching, but once you pin her down the road and get her all covered in mud, which I live in a mud bog, so that's not going to take long, it'll really color match it nice. Right over the leaves and everything, that's fine. That's still good. All right, well, she's all ready for the road. And fresh paint, tires are maybe balanced, who knows? I'm excited. All right, well, I used up the last bit of daylight that I had, which is about 15 minutes. And now I'm gonna drive off into the dark and hopefully make it to the city. Light bar's working, man, no signal lights, wipers are taped on. Man, oh yeah, the old rickshaw. All right, I was leaving G-Day out here, stopped at the store for chips, pop, and a burger. Kind of sucks ass that I got no one to come with me on this trip this time. What the f is that? Is that? Oh!
Look, there's some people who want to ride too. Pick them up.
Need a ride, buddy?
Yeah, man. Where are you going? Let's go.
It's not free.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Fella's gotta do what a fella's gotta do.
You're prostituting yourself out for cheeseburgers again, aren't you?
Man's gotta eat, Julian.
Let's roll. All right, so we're on our way out to the city. We have to stop by the bird farm here because I didn't realize I didn't bring a spare tire, but there's a bunch of mint rickshaws out here and they got exactly what we need. This is how we do it. Tied down, and they gotta give her the proprietary. That ain't going nowhere. Mint, we got what we need. Let's roll. Tell me the rickshaw exhaust is falling off without telling me the rickshaw exhaust is falling off. You really hear that, right? It's burning. All right, well, we got to our hotel, and so when we go to walk in, the fella at the front desk said we got one room left. But what was the attributes to the room?
No heat.
Yeah.
And no TV.
But it's 1980s inspired. Like, they went to an auction that was selling bowling alley carpet. Oh, the mini fridge, any beer in there?
Out some mushrooms.
Like, it's mint though. The whole lobby is just 1980s. If you were tripping balls on mushrooms in this mother, you'd be having a gay old time. Oh, and the whole outfit is blue glass. Like, see the blue? The whole place is blue glass.
You know how I know that you're gay?
What happened, Harry? Some little filly break your heart?
No, it was a girl. Breda Belcher. We stayed in a place just like this. Wasn't as classy, but, you know, nice.
All right, so you got the breakfast room here, but they don't have breakfast, but they got a picture of a hotel that does. All right, remember I was telling you Minty Pricks last night about how sassy this place looks? So it looks like Coke Rail Blue Steel Deluxe from outside, and at night it's all lit up with like blue greasy lighting. Sexy. $85 after taxes though.
$40 American.
That is like 40 bucks.
About red rack.
Man, I just figured out we're rich.
Oh, yeah?
An American quarter in my thing here. Man, anything in this Richie Bro here, we can buy it now.
That's like 20 Canadian dollars.
I know. We've been high on the hog. All right, so we got the Richie Bros here. Everything's mint.
Oh, look
Got
at
all our
sweetheart
paperwork
being loaded up. Look at that.
It's got the gigantic Skitter 5000.
Just look at it.
Oh, would you look at this?
What we got here, everything's mint. The rickshaw's rock solid. I mean, the exhaust, a little struggling. You know, a little struggling with the exhaust, but I mean, we're good. So a lady at the thing says, you gonna pick up all your shit today? I said, with the Lord's help, you bet. Everything I got was mint. It was barely the junkiest shit in the sale. It's fine.
I don't.
All right, well, let's go get our hot rods here.
Perfect.
Anti-theft. It says 78 on the keys, but she's a 75. It's probably the oldest unit in this yard that's on tires. I bought my house from here. My house is right there when I bought it.
This is where your house come from. I think I found it.
Oh, buddy.
I found it.
Look at her. Yeah, it doesn't even look that shitty. Al fresco, yeah. There she is.
Here's a nice piece of...
Don't worry about the oil stain underneath it. Them are winter-rated skins. We're going to the mountains, son. Buddy.
Oh, it says Glacier on the tire.
It's got a receiver hitch. Well, it's got a trailer plug, but that don't mean all. Oh, actually, it doesn't look that bad. It might actually work. Well, the tires on it are like brand new. That's some mint. Let's peel open the ranch on old El Fresco. Look at that. Just look at it. She's got a shipping crate mill. What a treat. Oil. Looks good. Man, I'm excited about my brand new Dodge.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Oh, it's got single circuit brakes on it.
Shake hands with danger.
So this is what's happening right now. This whole truck, the 12 valve swap that was done in it was probably like a 7.5 out of 10. They did a minty job on the sassy old prick. The only issue is the brake. You're gonna come to realize this later on in the video, but they got a dual circuit master cylinder rigged into a single circuit system, and they're only running off one circuit on the dual master circuit. So if it loses any kind of vacuum, well, you're gonna find out later. So if we lose brakes, we lose all the brakes. It's got a dual master, but one line, because she's a 75. Man, this thing's a unit. Let's put the keys in it. Oh, I lost the keys already. Oh, there's actually an ignition in it. Look at the dash and the finger bang bench in this thing. Man, this thing's comfy as f. All right, keys in. I hear power. All right, well, might as well check out the rad. Well, it's got coolant in it. This mill looks clean. Look, this motor alone worth $3 grand, so it's already a shipping crate. It's a VE pump, so it's just gonna flash right up, I guarantee it. The wiring's a little bit struggling, but that's normal. It looks like they actually rigged in the grid heater too. The clutch is a little bit sacked out. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Is there horn, engine heater? Horn works. Engine heater. You don't have to actually have the clutch pushed in. She runs mint. No oil pressure gauge, but that's fine. Oh yeah, we got oil pressure over here. Yeah. Now the big question is, does the heater work in this hot rod? Does it have a heater? Oh yeah, there's the Garmin GPS for the Speedo. Mint. Oh, heat. I don't think there's a heater in it. The reason I'm saying that, because when I do this, all the wires in behind the dash are wiggling. So the heat's gonna be a bit of a problem. She runs mint though. The old girl's got manual steering. It's got a power steering pump on it, but she's looped back. Yeah, I'm excited. It's got the same kind of exhaust the rickshaw's got on it. Yeah. Buddy, it's got all the lights. Buddy, the beacon lights work. What a unit. Old al fresco. Does it shut off with the key? Oh, it shuts off with the key. Oh, the heater does work. Oh, it's because the key doesn't return. It's just stuck on start. I love these motors.
Mine is 10 thrust back to standing. You got the heater going.
All right, so I think. Hold on.
Are you doing a burnout?
Uh-oh. Backup beeper.
Backup beeper?
Man, the emergency brake works. Look at it. So look at, you put your brake on, you flick this guy up, and she won't move.
These guys didn't know what they had, man.
Oh, but man, al fresco. And then let's see if this 2-speed rear diff works. Man, the brakes are brakes.
Walked right up, yeah.
They're manual, and there's a 1-circuit brake. So if we lose brakes, that's it, that's all. Yeah. Man, what a buy.
It is a pretty good buy.
And even the auctioneer said, what a buy. You got everybody, you got yourself a deal here.
Oh, we'll take new.
Does the box go up?
Something's spinning. Oh.
Yeah! Everything works, buddy. Man, oh, it's got an automatic gate on it, I think. No, that's to pull on your, I don't know what the that dingle's for, actually. So what this thing is for is just a tie-back chain cable dingy thingy to prevent the box from going too high up, which is going to come in handy a little later. I wonder how you run the gate. Oh, it's right here. It's a manual gate. Al Fresco's got an all manual gate on her. Yeah. Man, this thing's a unit. Brake lights, signal lights. This thing's more road legal than the vehicle we showed up here in.
This is probably the most legal vehicle I've ever seen you buy.
This is gonna be a unit.
I think so.
Got a half tank of unleaded. Are you excited about Al Fresco though?
Oh, Fred, look at this. This is free too.
No, that's the wipers probably.
Oh.
Do the wipers work? Where the wiper switch at? Is this it here? Yeah, oh yeah, wipers work. Man, everything's tip top. So the only problem we're gonna have, I think, is if a 2-speed rear diff doesn't work. If a 2-speed rear diff doesn't work, it's gonna go like 60. That's it. I'm not talking about miles an hour either. What a hot rod. Oh, it's got, man, we'll put all our junk in the back and then we'll just put this cover over it. Look at this cover, you just pull back on that. Right? Let go of that.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll, well, it's supposed to go up.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
okay. Catch what you're throwing.
And then we'll be legal.
then we're totally legal.
Yeah, because that'll hold the light plant and extra engine I bought.
Man, what a hot rod.
Man, I'm excited. All right, let's go pull up. Oh, it's got beer holders. I think the two-speeder dip works. Yeah, two-speeder dip works, buddy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, look at that's mint. We're taking her on the mountains, bud. We might have to throw some new wipers on her. But buddy, we got ourselves a unit.
Oh, an absolute unit. The heater works, that's good.
Gee, tip top. Man, the steering's tight. This is the only Dodge I've ever owned that had tight steering. Look at that dump truck.
Look at that dump truck. Look at that dump truck.
That's a nice dump truck.
That's a good dump truck.
That's a nice dump truck.
Like I'm some sort of white trash perv?
The plumber strapping with the Garmin.
I
Man,
really like this cool little truck.
this is a mint old Dodge. Oh, the mask. We gotta get a mask.
Oh, you'll go.
We better wear that
Matt,
for safety.
you know what the rule is, right? If you find a mask, you have to use the mask.
All right, well, we got to get her loaded up. We got our other pile that we bought, and we got this unit here. A spare motor for the trip home. Yeah. What a unit. Another VE12 valve. And this is out of like a 93 because she's intercooled. This is a unit. This is going to be a gutter. Oh, the timing case is smashed on it. I think that's from transportation, but other than that, it's good. Might be getting a little bit of water in there. Should be mint. So this thing was on dead roll. You think it runs? You never know about dead roll.
Is there a battery in it?
I don't know, I don't think so.
I know you got it.
Well, it's got a battery in it. It's got a battery in it. Stupid thing. You don't need a battery cover, yeah. That thing. It's got a starter on it that's brand new. That's a good sign. I think the battery's just dead maybe. Who knows? It's on dead roll, so you never know. 400 bucks though. All right, well, once again, the Ritchie Bros guys are tits out of 10. They helped the cripple out. They didn't want to do a bunch of because of all the regulations and stuff, but they still managed to get her done within the confines of liberal red tape. Man, look at that. All right, we got her broke free from the old sale yard here. So now we've got I'm gonna check the oils out on her, make sure the old oils are good. Check the steering out because it's a Dodge. And yeah, hook the old rickshaw to her. The next stop, Princess Auto. So I got a receiver pin, but it's not the right size, I don't think.
There's somewhere.
So check out the safety on this. So this chain here goes back to the rickshaw, right? She's chained up. This is chained to that. That's pinned on there. And we got Toby tape on everything. That's safety. Man, this thing's rock solid under here.
Better than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, the booger welds. Oh, boys. So you know how you're at the gym and you're a fat slob redneck, but then you look over and there's some 600-pound woman on the treadmill and you're like, man, I don't look that bad. Well, that's how I feel about my welds versus these welds. Man, that's the booger welds. That's fine. It's got a backup beeper, it's safety. We'll see what it's got for oil in it. It's got no metal on the bung, and she's full, and it's brand new. Mint. Man, for the price I paid for this old hot rod, she's a mint unit. So it does have a jet rag in it. I've never had a jet rag with a PTO on it before. That's mint. What's that plate off of? An 89 gram Marquise?
89 gram
I don't think you have
Marquise.
to worry about the zip ties holding on for legitimacy.
But I'm thinking if I go through the top, I think there's a busted weld here, man. It might be set up for this.
Now it identifies as insurance and registration. That's how that works.
She is
Yeah.
busted. Perfect.
It's got oil in it. It's a little bit sparkly, but it's not that bad. Man, oh, now I'm gonna smell like gear oil again. I got gear oil on top of the gear oil. That's how you know it's good. All right, all al fresco. We're good to go. Got her all hooked up. Rickshaw ready to roll. Everything's kind of tied down. Man, we're towing. We're golden, bud.
How's your mirrors? You want some,
Oh, we're on the money.
You're good there?
Ram. Hell yeah. Minty fan show up here in the old Piotto parking lot. Putting this thing back together, meow. So we got to see if the trailer plug's gonna work. What for the signal lights and whatnot. All right, so Princess Auto had everything a cripple needed, and they also had these new trailer plug connector things, but it also tests itself. So we'll be able to test the lights before you plug them in. I mean, mint. See how they are.
Yeah.
And then what about markers?
No.
No lights on now?
Yeah.
We got lights on? That's everything works. This thing's legit. Yeah, we got tail lights and signal lights. Holy. All right, so we're doing the de-dodgifying. Kevin done the dash patch. She's mint. So now I got to do the door because the door does not shut for. See what happens now. Now the door doesn't shut at all. The Dodge doors they're an elite setup.
Must be one of those Ford Dodge models. Oh, no, I don't know.
What? How is it not working? No, after I jizz all over here. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, that door shuts mint now. All right, so being that it is a jet rag and they are struggling tranny, what we're gonna do is keep the shrapnel from going round and round in there. So what you do is just take a couple magnets and you put them on the PTO cover here. There we go. So that'll keep the shrapnel out of there, and then we'll put a magnet here, and that's keep the shrapnel down here. So it'll be fine. You want to try out your new wipers? Yeah.
Okay.
Man, the bug juice works. What the
Toby.
Well, we just left over Ukrainian breaking wheel here, and I got two things. This and a reminder that I'm now a minority in my own country. Well, we might as well go over there and do some ranching, I guess. That's a better place than any. Man, that light plant's a Dale Earnhardt edition. She's number 3. Well, this is about as country as it gets for the city, so we might as well wrench here. All right, well, this thing is not the right size, but we're gonna make it work. It says made in America on that box. This thing has got made in China written all over it.
I know China very well. China, China, China.
How dare they lie? That's America, for sakes. A country that has some integrity, and then they sell that junk. No, that is not America. What a hot piece of oh well. If I get a hand job from the old lady, it's better than nothing.
Got that right.
We had to fix this thing for 2 reasons. First reason, because we want to fix it. And the second reason is we want to make this thing huge. All right, second thing we got to do here is, this is a jet rag tranny. And they're not known for being reliable, even though I haven't killed one, even though I've tried. But this thing's probably got all the miles on it and 0 the on it. So what we're going to do with a jet rag, and the oil's not high enough, it has a hard time oiling the gears or bearings or whatever. So you're supposed to overfill the out of them. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, all you Dodge purists, look away. To pull these jet rags apart, you gotta push down and turn. All right, so there's 100 different ways to skin a cat. But with the old jet rag here, you pull the shifter out and then you can put your oil in through the top. Well, there's a bunch of idiots on the internet say don't put thick oil in them and they can't handle it, this, that, and the other. But the old Cummins dumpster, she's got a lot of hard miles on her. She's been beat like a redheaded stepchild and 0 given. And I got a bunch of Lucas and 80/90 in her. So this guy's gonna get the same candy. We're gonna overfill the out of it. Oh yeah, drink it in. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, man, that's the good stuff.
And then we'll top her off with some gear oil and we'll be golden, pony boy. Now some 80/90. So if this tranny blows up on the way home, that means 2 things. 1, I got the wrong oil in there and I'm stunned. Or 2, it was a sacked out pile of shit and it was gonna blow up anyway. And we're gonna go with the second one because that's lack of accountability. 2024, that's not even a thing anymore. So just plug this guy back in there, call her a day. We got the chooch pipe all dialed in. Now we need to make it chooch. All right, so I'm a man of many 12 valves, had a couple in my day, but I haven't done very much work with the VE pump in a long time. So I'm gonna give my buddy Cutter up Rob a call. Hey, Hillbilly, this is the Scamazon 500 fuel pin. Can you see it? Is that any good?
Yeah, that'll work.
And then do you want me to turn that star wheel all the way to the basement? So right here, the audio's sucking ass, I'm standing in a parking lot in the city and things are louder than a drunk Noopy broad. But all he was saying is all the shit that I learned from his videos is how to dial a VE pump up. If you want to go give it a gander and learn the same I learned from his videos, I highly encourage it. This guy knows his shit. He lives down in Cowtown, runs a machine shop, Cummins rebuild, all kinds of fiddle. So go give him a gander. The guy's tits out of 10. Yeah, I just want more chooch. I like chooching. Some people get piss pants to say you're wrecking it, blah, 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 but those people can lick the brown out of my balloon knot lollipop. And then you put your spring back in, put this guy in here. So that guy's dialed in, so that should give us some more horsepower. And then if we want more smoke, we gotta with that guy. So he said turn this guy down 2 turns on the thing. So that's half, 1, half, 2. There we go. All right, well, we'll fire it up and see how she chooches. Oh, at least it smokes now. Yeah, and then when you lay into it and lug it a bit, it'll just blast a bunch of smoke out.
How dare you?
Then when I get home, I can crank that power screw all the way to 12. Yeah. All right, well, we got the Cummins all mint. The truck's all good to go. Everything's mint. Now, Kevin over here was that he didn't have anywhere to charge his phone. I was like, well, I forgot to bring an inverter, so we might as well see if the lay plan chooches. All right, well, we'll see if this lay plan chooches. So do you think this thing was worth the money? Is it gonna run or is it gonna be? Well, there's the battery on this side. Yeah, give me that battery pack. That battery looks like it's junk. $400, buddy. Can't buy a Coleman generator for $400. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yes, officer, it seems the man was wearing a blue leisure suit. He was a huge, beastly, bulging man.
Man, look at that. Clearing. Oh, now the metal. Man. Oh, there's only 20,000 hours on it. Does it run? No. Is there diesel in it?
On it.
Turn that light on? Yeah. That's cherry flavor. Brand new oil in it. Does she chooch? It's pretty tight sounding. We need more cranking power.
Yeah. Oh, got chooch. Oh, yeah.
At least one of us is taping. Fired right up, man. Yeah. Were you taping the whole time? With the start?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. See, you're picking up the slack again. Well, we got to do double chooch. Man, do you think it actually makes power? I'll go grab the extension cord. We'll see if it makes power. Oh, it's got power. All right. Well, everything's running. Everything's mint. Get the out of here. I hate cities. Well, I've been to the United States quite a few times. Well, 3 or 4 times, meow. And the cities are no different in old Frostbakistan as they are in the U.S. They're filled with greasy as far as the eye can see. All right, let's roll. All right, we got more power, both in diesel-fired variety and wall gas variety, right? Why didn't you plug the splitter in? How about the splitter? We can split up the split to have split.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that 20 kilowatt generator can handle.
I don't know if 20,000 watts is enough to charge 3 little GoPro batteries, but
see, yeah, so all right, we get everything dialed in. Let's roll. we just made her into a little Lacombe here. We're gonna throw in some 1202. So all you Americans out there, there's 3.78 liters communist to a gallon. So I don't know how many gallons this old is gonna take. All right, so our first stop is Lacombe. 104 liters is how many gallons? It's 28-ish gallons. So I wonder how many gallons we gotta do some math.
Not all of it.
Not all of it. She's good on fuel, buddy. All right, so Kevin and I hop into the night in a sassy old Dodge. And what we came to realize is that these minty old brakes on this thing, they worked if you were going slow. But if you were going any kind of highway speed, they barely even slowed you down. If anybody's ever used old style drum brakes on one of these minty old trucks, you'll realize that you need to have a few good pumps to the pedal before you get any good brake. Well, the retrofitted vacuum pump on that stinky old Cummins was not making enough suck for what we needed. We had to pull her over to the old Ukrainian tire parking lot in Rocky Mountain House and make a decision. All right, so the sassy old Dodge here, she made it to Rocky Mountain House. This is where a man has to either grow a set of balls and go to the mountains or not. But the problem here is that this thing is completely lost brake. So what's happening is the brakes kind of work on the front pump because you kind of have an accumulated vacuum from that pinner little vacuum pump on there. But on the second pump is what you need to get the wheel cylinders to do anything. Well, what happens then is that you've lost your power brakes, and with my Hulk leg and my crippled leg, I floored the brake pedal as hard as I could.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
And it barely slowed this rig down. We got some plans here. We're gonna pick up fiddle together. All right, so I just went into the Ukrainian brake and wheel there, and another reason why Princess Auto is way better than these guys is they didn't have anything I needed really, but they had a bunch of house stuff. So what I built was I got a air pig for filling up tires, right? And then I went into that with some 1/2-inch pipe down into these these vacuum lines that come off the vacuum pump. So basically all we built here, I'm losing my voice from country music singing and giving her all the way. So we got her stabbed on there, and so now what we got is we got a proper vacuum accumulator. So hopefully this gives us more than one pump. It's kind of like the old lady, you know, she's always been asking for more than 3 pumps, so I can't do that for her. But for this, we should be giving us like 3 or 4 pumps before we lose brakes. And I don't have the slightest clue on how to set the front brakes up because there's no window or anything like that. There's just these bolts with springs on them. So I don't know what the those do at all. So I don't know if you tighten those up and it somehow tightens up the brakes, but we're gonna give it a try anyway just to see if it works. But anyway, that's what's going on there. So we're gonna start it up now and see if it'll give us more than one pump before we lose vacuum. All right, so I got out the AutoCAD drawing here. This is some expensive programming that I bought so I could show you guys and how to illustrate on how this works. I spent a lot of money on this piece of paper I got. So what the you got is you got a dirty old 12 valve, mintiest, and you got a vacuum pump on her. You got a vacuum accumulator to what we just added, right? So the vacuum accumulator just tees into the main vacuum line that went back to this booster that's in here. And then you got your first master cylinder ran by a cripple sitting here. And then the cripple's got to put out on the master. That's got to send pressure down to here. And then the pressure comes from here, get quote unquote boosted. Then it goes to the front and rear wheel cylinders for each axle. Well, if you guys have ever driven these hot rods, unable to set the brakes up properly, what happens is you got to push the brakes once, and that gets rid of the slack between the brake linings and the drum. And then your second pump will usually give you your brakes. Well, this thing didn't have a second pump. It was just the hardest brake pedal after the first one. So this vacuum accumulator really helped the cripple out what for having at least 2 or 3 more pumps in the thing. So that helped quite a bit. And and of course we got the proprietary jet rag right here. But that's also part of the braking system, being that I was gearing down like a mother. All right. I'm gonna grab my phone. You're gonna get into this thing. Now, you're going to have to resist your urge to touch the wheel. Don't touch the wheel, all you are is brakes. All right, so Kevin and I were doing some more research and development here in the Ukrainian tire parking lot. He was in the rickshaw giving her brakes. I was on the phone with him. We were just trying to around and finding out as to how well the rickshaw can help stop that dirty old dump truck. You know, just in case of emergencies, right? Safety. So just start laying on the brakes. Like slowly. Lock them up. There. Brakes. Yeah, like you're stopping me good. Okay, I just got you on the speakerphone. So we're gonna drive to the hotel right now, and we're gonna do some brake tests and stuff. Okay. All right, hold the brakes now. Brakes. you stop me, no problem, buddy. All right, well, she's the next morning, meow. She's frosty this morning. We stayed at this empty hotel, you know, had a couple drinks last night, might have ran a couple gallons of water through the tap. But now we're gonna shoot this old prick. She's probably got mint. So we were sitting there last night talking about going to the mountains, and we kind of routed out our path, charted it all out, and we f***ed around with the brakes on this hot piece of for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And what someone's done, since they couldn't find parts for this old girl, they took a regular master cylinder, I'm presuming out of some old dog or something, and instead of running both lines into one, they just ran one line off of it with an adapter. So as soon as you lose your vacuum, your brake pedal, I was standing on it with my Hulk leg and my cripple leg, and I'm barely slowing this piece of shit down. So we're not going to the mountains. That's a real bad idea.
What are you, a pussy?
So we technically backtracked about 2.5, 3 hours. Well, in old Dodge time, we backtracked about 4 hours, but it's the way she goes. But this morning's cold start should be majestic. She ain't dripping off the stick. I mean, she's gonna be a good cold start. The less grid heater you use, the more how dare yous there is. Release the chooch.
He's got the liquor shakes. That's what I was like, hey.
I do got the liquor shakes a bit this morning.
I don't know, on the camera, I'm looking at it like I'm doing my best, but like I'm shaking a bit.
All the people that actually care about me are always in the comment section. Peg, liquor shakes are bad. I was like, it's fine. We don't actually need the light tower this morning at all. Well, we might as well fire it up. We'll see if that battery made it the night without dying. That's what I shoot. Alrighty, well, let's close her up and haul ass. Let's get this tub up to speed. This minty feller just pulled us over and took a few roadside selfies. What a treat. No, Mr. Shane O'Connor.
Shane O'Connor.
I'm pretty sure his name's Shane O'Connor.
Yeah.
My memory's not as good as it once was.
Oh, you're playing the liquor.
Well, it was the liquor. Liquor's calling the shots. What a beauty.
Turned around, he's going the wrong way. That's a big deal. Throw up some in.
There was just a sign back there for Apocalypse Guns and Ammo. See, small town Alberta is just like small town America. It's mint. We're just run by a bunch of asshats in Ottawa. What do you think of Justin Trudeau?
Asshat.
I got some taint for you to lick. Look at that. They're moving rigs. I got a rig rack in the yard in some farmer's field. Bunch of doubles and singles in there. Nothing more oil burden than Total Oil Field Services nailed on the side of an old pole barn with a bunch of minty old iron.
Total oil field, yeah.
Man, everybody out Eastern Canada there, you're welcome for the equalization payment, by the way. Alberta called. We want our money back. Open that window a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That ain't no electric. Well, there's electric being made, but it's a hybrid. It's fine. All right, I never noticed this till meow, but if you guys look in behind here, the speedo's actually working.
That's awesome.
We're doing 70 miles an hour, son. Oh!
That's liquor.
Look at the traffic here. I love it. Oh, don't worry, did the rig. Yeah. Just C500. C500. Man.
Sweet.
Look at that C500.
All chained up, dude.
You got chains on?
Yeah, you really got jewelry on, I seen it.
What the over? That guy's got a set on too.
Yeah.
Chew that pavement up. made it to Fox Vegas. We're pretty much home free, but it's 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, and Mike Tyson's about to kick the ever-living that greasy-haired kid.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Mint. They better have the fights on. So for some Fox Creek reason, they never had the fights on at the bar in Old Vegas here. So we stacked a couple of tables together. We took the work laptop, signed into a different Netflix account, and then dangled a bunch of cords and shit out of the backside of the TV and commandeered the whole riggings just so we could watch the fight. It took a lot of fiddle, but we got her dialed in. We got the table on the table. Oh, yeah, we got it. Mint.
Your manager's gonna love this.
Cousin, you gonna put the weight this one. All right, they have a brace in the center of the ring.
Go take your hat off. Yeah.
See light stars through the perilous.
So we all know how this fight ended, and no one asked for my opinion, but I'm gonna give it. I think that old Mike Tyson was broke, and he threw the fight because the first few rounds he was giving her all the way, and little frosty-haired fruitcake there didn't have a chance. And well, they done a little bit of hugging there, and right after the hugging, he gave him the old tap on the shoulder, letting him know he won't beat the out of him. And then yeah, which really sucks because I grew up watching Mike Tyson. I love that guy. He is America, but he let us down. Way she goes. How do you feel the fight went?
Man,
I'm hurt.
love you, Mike.
I know.
Mike, buddy. At least you didn't get knocked out.
All right, well, she's the next, she's 2 days down the road, or about 15 of these vodka limp-wristed beers here. Just going off doctor's orders, you know. We do have a bunch of stuff on hand. I mean, you got to have backup. But she's a couple days down the road, meow. We got a bunch of cold weather, bunch of snow, and well, it's a giant frozen hole up here. We got to get this hot pile of Dodge unloaded. If your tripod isn't some greasy old pile of that your buddy brought you, then I mean, what are you doing with your life? Oh. Oil pressure. Oh, there's a couple more holes. Back to life. All right, well, being that the old El Fresco is higher than Giraffe, I gotta fire up old little Dick here. She's chilly out. She's not gonna want to start, but I got a fix for that. It's a whole lot of how dare you. We'll try a little bit without the old can glow plugs, but I mean, how are you supposed to burn the starter out? Let's do a little bit of cold start action. Let's see here. She loves it. You don't need to worry about it swinging while you're trying to cold start it. This thing weighs a ton. All right, well, we got what I hope is a less battery in there. Let's see what happens. Oh, she's gonna shoot. So on the old light plant, you turn her back to prime, and then you hold the preheat button. 10 seconds is about long enough. Let's see what happens. Oh, she's not loving it. Let's try that out. Oh yeah, all the cheese. Oh yeah, what a wonderful treat. Inoperable though, she's inoperable. All right, well, this minty old unit, I'm pretty sure it's a Terex, and that 20 kilowatt cocksucker is the same model that I bought inoperable from Richie Bro Sale in Grand Prairie. Could not verify function, and that was this old hooer. Well, this is our backup power, right? So when the grid goes down, Greta comes over and says, how dare you, a bunch of times, and we gotta feel bad and pay carbon tax and this, that, and the other. I know, how dare I warm my family up. I'm so sorry. You guys need to ride your private jets everywhere. There's no room for us common folk. You know what a cripple can do is he can park that thing right here and plug into it and then run house power off of it for a while. Just say, F you, how dare you. So this here ain't no house. This is the powerhouse around here. So these are my off-grid grid switches. So this guy here, which is this guy here, we'll unplug her out of here. What we're gonna do is chooch shop power off of that dirty old generator for a while, because I mean, it might as well. It came with a bunch of diesel in it. She's plugged in. Let's rock the old grid switch here. So what a grid switch does is it allows you to switch from generator power or grid power without killing any linesmen and backfeeding the line. All right, so we got that camera in here, just so you guys don't think I'm pulling your leg until it pops off. So this guy's all mint, warmed up. Let's toss the old grid switch, shall we? So that's off. That's on. So there we go. Now we're loading up the generator. It should be powering the shop right now. All of that power is, how dare you. And look at it, it'll run the compressor, it'll run everything. See? I mean, it flickers the lights a little bit when that big kicks in, but she runs her no problem. Inoperable, my ass. Oh yeah, she's shooting blue, man. So them light towers, they never make enough heat in the winter. You gotta plug the rad off and... Are you done, dog? But you gotta plug the rad off and this, that, and the other, so. But yeah, there you go. Now we're running off a full tank of diesel that was in it from the auction, and it's running everything off, man. So that prick there will run my Princess Auto compressor, no problem. Built in America. And it'll run the old Princess Auto welder, no problem. Everything runs mint in here. I don't know if you can run them at the same time. I've never tried that, but I've never needed to. But yeah, we've had off-grid power here for a while. Well, the grid sucks ass out here, and I've come home from work more than like 15 times, and the power was out, and I couldn't wash my balls or scrub my ass, and well, that means I couldn't pound it into the old 80. So I said, F that, I put in grid switch. But I don't know if you guys can notice that through the camera, but the frequency that the lights run at from the generator makes the camera just fiddle. So I'm gonna switch her back over. But she runs. Well, it's the next morning and two things are real. Well, three. Shrinkage, hangovers, and a couple of drinks last night led to a couple of things. So I was giving her all the way, dinking around with the truck, and I went and seen if the hoist works and this, that, and the other. And then I had a couple more drinks, and then went over to the neighbor's house and watched the old lady butcher up a bunch of turkeys. Then I had a few more drinks, and I was laying there on the couch hanging out with my buddy there. And then I got to thinking, there's only two things around here that got wicked bad gravity. Grand Prairie Girls and Oil Burton Clay. So I fired up the old skid steer and I went and jammed into the clay pile a bunch of times, and next thing you know, I got a bunch of clay in the back of the truck, put the hoist in the air, and the old lady might have caught me on the old security cameras.
I know I drive you crazy, baby, it's the best that I can do.
So with all that being said, I can't help myself. I'm gonna go wheelie the ever-living out of this sassy old Dodge. You don't need to worry about wheeling off the road and dying. All right, well, I come out here last night, I put the old box up, and I gave her all the way. Well, let's see how far I can get down the road on, well, I guess 4 wheels. Whoever designed this thing, you gotta open the door to put the box up. Oh, yeah. Third gear and low. little ditch bagging's fine. But I gotta straighten her up. Mint. Yeah! Wheelie the out of the old hooker. Alright, we gotta do her again, but we're gonna go the other way. Alright, let's try her again. That's mint! I wonder if I killed my camera. Hope I didn't kill it, I just got that thing. Oh, I think we're good. I think we just about killed it, but we're still good. That receiver hitch wheelie bar is dragging like crazy. Oh yeah, we're good. You know what? The receiver hitch dug snow right up until it hit the camera. That's mint. All right, we're gonna go for one more, and we're gonna see how much speed we can get going. Dangerous. All right, one more. Yeah! Wheelie! Oh, we're ripping. All right, we gotta do one more. Straight. We gotta do it again. But you gotta remember, so it's really hard not to want to counter steer when you're in the air. Me and my buddy Dallas did that, well I did that, and I almost killed us. So I gotta remember to do that, or not to do that. Oh yeah, this is mint. He comes down mint. All right, well that's it. The drone battery says it's ready to die here, so that's it. That mint. Head for home. I just crashed the drone into the side of the shop. That's fine. Oh, what did this say? Drones, IMU altitude air. That's fine. Oh yeah, look at it, landing on its side. Side wheelie. It's still fine. All right, so we got scratch the list. Willard, stunned. Dump truck, wheelies. Light plant that's inoperable, makes power and powers the shop. Mint. Dump truck runs mint. Light towers mint. Willard stun mint.
Darn toot. You said it.
Now we got to see if this old pile's gonna fire up. What do you think, Willard dog? Is this thing gonna fire up? East End dog, is it cold outside? If you had balls, they would freeze to the push, buddy. He's a good dog. We gotta get this pile of Cummins to fire up. It does have a bit of an issue here. What for the vacuum pump gear is sheared right off, and who knows what else we're gonna find, but let's fiddle around with this thing and find out. You're saying, Peg, what the f is that giant pile of garbage and why is the motor over it? Well, any oil or coolant or all that might come out of it, it'll just land on the floor and get soaked up by the oil. I had a job I was doing last night, and well, that's all the parts boxes. It's fine. All right, well, instead of throwing this thing in the garbage this time, if there's any minty pricks on the old Patreon that wants this cover, let me know. Put her in the old comment section on the Patreon. Don't do it on the video side, do it on the Patreon side, and we'll send this thing off to you. Oh, and Canada Post is a bunch of communists and they're striking right now. So you minty pricks gotta be a little more patient than you normally are with waiting for this. Being that the fan always gets up in transport, I'm gonna peel this thing off right now because there's no anything on it anyway. So I'll get rid of that, and then I'll get rid of the gear that's partying around here. So what I think happens, either A, got into an accident. Where'd it get out of here? It probably got into an accident, or it got smashed in shipping. So looking at the edge of this gear, I think it might have ran. It might have ran with the gear flopping around, so that's probably not good. The cam might be a little bit scored up, but we'll see. Well, if any of you minty pricks want my playlist that I get drunk to all the time, I can post it in the old Patreon here if you want. Just a minty playlist to drink to. We'll get rid of this gear. How long has it been partying with the cam gear? It doesn't look like it's that bad in there, actually. Oh yeah, but the injection pump gear is struggling. Oh yeah, she's struggling. So we're gonna need a new injection pump gear. And did it f up the cam gear? No, I didn't f the cam gear up. All right, well the camera battery died. So we got a starter bolted on there, doing the old hillbilly archaeological dig on the prick. It looks pretty unmolested. It doesn't look like there's been a whole lot of fiddle going on with it. It looks like it's been in the dirt a lot. Like a lot of dirt jammed in here. There's sawdust and cow and all kinds of stuff jammed in there. The turbo ain't locked up though. That's pretty good. All right, well we got these dirty old scissor lift cables I had. They weren't long enough, so I stood her up on the old milk crate there. Kind of like sawed off Frenchman. You gotta stand in a milk crate to be tall enough. So let's just see if it cranks over. We use this busted off, snap off screwdriver. Yeah. Oh, is there anything in the intake? No, that's probably not good. Let's see here. Oh, there's nothing past the grid heater, so we're good. Oh, she cranks, man. That gear's a little sacked out. Let her get. Oh, that gear's in pretty good shape. It's the injection pump gear, a little bit marred up. Good thing I'm a hoarder of these things, and I got both of them. All right, so the crank's mint. I don't see any problems here. Man, all right, well, let's see if we can add some oil to it. Oil's probably a good idea. There was sweet and all on the dipstick. We'll add some oil to it. I might just pull that filter off and throw a new one on there. What for whatever the might be in there. I don't want to send it right to the engine. I can't believe that's not all bent to man. All right, I'll just pour oil into it, and you can see it running into the engine. That's how you know it's good. It'll lube them gears up first. I did forget, I do want to pull the bung out quick to make sure there's no water in it. Oh, we're golden. It's even got some kind of oil in it. Man, see the oil burnt and floor dry, I'll just lick that right up. Hopefully Witter doesn't lick it right up. All right, let's do an oil analysis check over the old oil drum bin here, or auxiliary fuel bin. Oil, thick oil. Is that, oh, whoever was running this oil ran her to the, into the danger zone on the hour. Finished filling the thing with oil. Oh, we'll put a couple gallons in it. We're not gonna go crazy. Oh yeah, we're showing on the stick. Good enough. All right, well, we're able to check her vitals, meow. The turpentine that's in the fuel filter is telling me that it hasn't ran in a couple days. All right, so the pump is on. We'll keep priming her a bit. Witter, get out of here. What are you doing? He's a bad dog. All right, we'll prime her up a little more. You don't want to get out of here. Get. All right. No pump or no fuel yet, I don't think. Oh, that's definitely grounding out. Why is it always? What happened? Is that your fault? Get out of here. Get. All right, well, we're gonna have to prime this fuel system because I think her get up and go has got up and left. All right, I got the old click clacker fired up here, so it should be running diesel through the thing now. All right, so we got fuel up there. So that means we should have fuel to the pump. Pump is on. Let's try this again. This thing's an uppity whore. It only likes to snap on screwdriver. Let's see here. We got any return? Yeah, what we're returning is the pump solenoid. Let's see if we got any diesel at the injectors. Let's see here. Crack that guy. And we'll just see. We'll crack 5 too. See up here in Pakistan, it's not 5, it's 5.
Oh, what a sin.
Yeah, well, if he falls up against my car, he's going right her off.
Oh, we got some diesel coming out there. Oh yeah, we got Diesel. We should have Chooch. We got Dolly, and Dolly's awesome. Well, those ones are bled. It should fire on 5 and 6 meow. And we got Smoke. Oh, yeah. Oh, Randy Travis is joining in. You may wonder how I can promise you now. Let's give her. Come on. Come on, girl. She's shooting. All right, we're gonna crack a few more injectors there. I'm gonna guess 5 and 6 are chooching, but the rest ain't. Are you scared with her, dog? I don't blame you, buddy. I'll bring you back in once she's running. Good dog. I think he's regretting his decision for going outside right now, but that's the way she goes. Man, these injectors have not been undone since Rosie O'Donnell could see her toes. Man. All right, I'm gonna give you 5 out of 6. Oh, it's got that beautiful half-burnt diesel smell. All right, those guys are bled. I love these old mills. Whenever I'm on Facebook Marketplace and I'm asking somebody what kind of mill it's got in it, they're like, what the hell's a mill? I'm like, well, that's what manufactures the power. And then they get all piss pants. Facebook Marketplace is brutal. All the mouth breed of the Mongoloid in one spot. All right, I couldn't make her that easy. Let's try her again. Come on, sweetheart. Oh yeah. Oh, the skid steer's gonna fall on me. Why you no chooch? Gonna need a booster pack. Oh, just get that chooch into you. I wish you guys were here to smell that. I just love that smell. It smells like fresh baked mint. I think it's been a while since the old girl's been chooching. Or something's going on here. Why is there no fuel now? Probably that solenoid that's... You're not supposed to die, you're supposed to chooch. I think there's something wrong with that solenoid. So all you do to rectify that, pull that dingle out of there, the spring, all that, toss her back home, and now you got to shut her off with this dingle here, because that thing. There. We don't need any power now to fire this thing up better than a starter. Way better. Let's just hear it cheech one more time. Yeah. You don't beat the way these bees fire up. Way, way, way better than the old bee pump. Man, what a treat. You guys remember how I said one more time?
I lied.
Came to the shop to do the old shout outs, but then I overcome with the sudden need to bend up a fresh liberal. Oh, Wheelie dog, is it snowy out here? I need to poop. Did you have a poop this morning? Did you poop? You know, when you first sit down, it's a little cold, but after that, the minus 20 Celsius poops aren't even that unenjoyable. It's kind of nice. Very brisk out here. Not bad. Getting up off the most dangerous part. If you drop your phone in the toilet, I mean, you can redeem that. That's probably not a big deal. But if you drop your phone in the old house hole, she gone.
Hey! Hi up there! Hello! Good morning, or night, whichever the case may be.
What is it? I'm a busy man. You gotta be wary about standing up off the house, because once she's gone, she gone. Oh, I think it's just about noon. Well, 10 o'clock in the morning is gonna have to identify as noon. Yeah, doctor's orders. I mean, I had 4.5 hours of uninterrupted sleep last night. That's basically like working out. What a treat. Them limp-wristed beers are all right, but they don't replace these things. Man, it's a tasty treat. It's Sunday morning. It's the beer of church. It's like a church beer. It's fine. Willard killed his pickle. I bought him a pickle and he killed it. The pickle's completely done. Look at it. There's nothing left. He even blew the squeaker right out of it. Willard can't have anything nice. All right, well, before I give thanks to all the minty pricks that are keeping the lights on around here, you guys are just a bunch of beauties. I had a question to ask you fellers. This is what happened with this dirty old 12 valve. Well, this is what happened with this dirty old Ford. There's a bunch of you minty pricks in the comment section that are rocket appliantists. You guys are smart as shit. It's awesome. There's also a bunch of mouth breathers, much like myself, but there is a bunch of minty pricks that are, well, they're pretty smart. So this is what happened with this dirty old Ford. I had the starter that I thought piled up in the last video where I was doing the old scissor lift. So I thought it was the starter. I swapped the starter out, didn't fix the problem. Then I figured out it was the ground line. It was no big deal. I fixed the ground line. I dialed that all in. Everything worked perfect. Truck was starting as it should, driving like it should. But while I was in there dinking with it, I dinked with the Ford solenoid. So this has got a 6-liter Ford starter on it. All right, you guys write this down. You guys are stunned like me and you end up drinking Sunday morning. You got to write down. So it's got a 6-liter starter on it. It's got the diesel conversion specialist adapter plate, which has all to do with it, but it fits a 6-liter starter. Then it's got a solenoid on the starter and it runs up to this solenoid here. So I got the hot wire coming from the starter. It's underneath here. You see it there, right about here. That's the hot wire from the starter going to this side. This is hot to the battery and it runs right to the battery, right? And I got the solenoid down there rigged up so as soon as you put power to this, it puts power to the exciter and the needed power of the starter. So what happened was my crippled ass was in town. I was hungover. The A&W drive-thru getting a coffee. I shut this thing off, made my order because it's louder than a drunk newfie broad. And I'm pretty deaf. I was listening to Joe Rogan in my earbuds. I started it back up, pulled forward, got my coffee to realize that while the starter was still spinning, the Bendix was still out, and it was overdriving the starter. So it was overdriving the starter, right? So now the starter, can it in any way, shape, or form, like can it actually make power if the Bendix is stuck out? Because what had happened was this solenoid had jammed up and stuck. So my theory is the dash burnt out, the stereo burnt out, all of my fuses blew up and burnt out. Other than parking too close to a Dodge, I don't know what happened with this thing. All of that stuff's burnt out. And the only theory I can come up with, and the alternator's still doing what it should. The alternator's mint. It's from the dump, but it charges good. The only thing I could think is that the starter somehow, just like an electric motor can also be a generator, took voltage and backfed it into the battery and then burnt out all of my electrical appliances in there. That's the only thing I could think, because it burnt out the gauge cluster, it burnt out all the fuses, it burnt up the stereo, the Chinesium stereo that I got in there. It burnt everything. It's completely went full Dodge. So what do you guys think? Is that what happened? Yeah, that's a bad time. It needs some serious work now. And the reason I kept the Ford solenoids, because I'm one of those mouth-breathing Ford guys that likes to be able to crank his engine over while he's working on it from up here. And I didn't want to wire in one of them Lone Wolf 5000s like old Vice Grip Garages got. So I think that's what bit me in the ass. This has been working for about 8 years, 7 or 8 years. And well, now it doesn't work at all. I'm getting rid of this thing and I'm just going to run one regular line down to the starter. But yeah, I want to know you guys' opinion, because I think that's what happened. It's not good. You know what else is happening right now? This Miller Latte. What a treat. I'm going to pour one out for the electrical system in this thing. Man. And yeah, the 49 Ford's going to get done. It's healing right now. It's on the healing bench. It's struggling. This is my favorite spot in the whole shop to sit here and drink beer. I've watched a whole movie just sitting in the cab of this dirty old skid steer, drinking beer, watching stuff, lube tube videos. Just a good time. And look at the view. Look at the view. You don't get much better than a view than that. What a treat. All right, well, I appreciate all you minty pricks watching this Dirty Derelict production as always. And these are all the people that made it possible. You guys, 10 out of 10. Thank you very much. I always write your guys' name down. And look at, it's always, like, I even got organization with post-it notes and all kinds of fiddle in there. Tell you, organized. Organized basically because my buddy Kevin does all the organizing and then I write it down. He's a good guy. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Kevin. Alrighty, well, you got the minty half-wits and hair lips that come on board here at the 10 buckers. Appreciate all you minty pricks. You got Aaron Gray, Ageless Iron, Alaskan Hellbilly, David Eisenhoff, look at Eisenhofer, like the old intake, Dylan Bell, Hayden Taylor, Jeremy Richardson's, Jess Limp Dong Beater, Michael Orzesowski, Mitch Rammer, Nate Gartsky, Scott Hodgkins, Shane Hammer, Shorty 7.3, and Trevor A. You guys, tits out of 10. Appreciate you, minty pricks. All right, well, you got the Sassy 1202ers. You got AJ Nollick, Broke Dick Diesel, Ronald, Ryan Rice, and Trucker T. Booka T. All right, you got Guy at 15 bucks. You got Robert Richardson at 1776. You got 1 Inch Willie at 20 bucks. Big Al, Clay Corey, Robert Boyarski, RBC Ranches at 20 beans. You got 25 buckers. You got Dr. Weasel. You got 30 buckers. Evan Bergier at 30 bucks. Appreciate it, you minty prick. And you got Kyler Bennett at 34.06. I'm guessing that's a dirty old cat. Mint. All right, well, those are all the new minty pricks that have just joined this dirty derelict production, and these are the minty pricks that give my fat crippled ass a raise. Believe it or not, they think I'm doing a good enough job to give me a raise. I mean, what is Sunday drinking? See, drinking should be encouraged. People don't understand it. It's basically like working out. Yeah, it's good for your health. Don't worry about what the doctor says or all the organic mechanics. They don't even know what they're talking about. All right, well, you got the raises. You got Jeff Edwards, Derek Oppenhauser. That guy is Derek. If your last name's actually Oppenhauser, that's a badass last name. You got J. Rod Lewis, Zach Darling, Patrick Reed, Patrick Harbolt, Bud Atkins. You got Jack Canoff. You got Clapped Out 6.5 Detroit. Well, they all are. And then you got Nate Higgers. You got Alan, Austin Burgill, Forrest Collard, Zella Puza, Wilma Cockfit. Man, you guys are, man. I worked on the rigs for a lot of years, and a lot of these I've never heard. Wilma Cockfit? Come on, man. That's, man. Aiden, you got off. Brant Hardman, Levi Kepper, Mr. Goodwrench 1776, Dirty Ferd 7.3, Walt Trent, Chad Merrick, Peg is my dad, buddy. I want to see the DNA test. I don't believe it.
You are the father!
James Swan, Rusty Kuntzman, Lieutenant Dan's Ice Cream.
Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream.
Caden Surridge, Jay Newsey, Lauren, Austin Alsbury, 7.3 Fitty, and Tucker Coleman, 7.3. Mint. Well, I appreciate all the minty pricks that enjoyed watching this Dirty Derelict production. It never does get old. I love reading all the comments, everything like that. You guys are just tits out of 10. Every one of you minty pricks, Patreon or not. The rest of this beer's for you. Oh. Witter's gonna drink that too later. If you guys enjoyed this Dirty Derelict production, share it with all your buddies. If you guys didn't enjoy it, leave me a comment, call me a mouth breather. Either way, it's tits out of 10. Until the next Dirty Derelict production, you guys keep out your ass. Man, she's chilly outside. I got 2 feet of fresh snow I gotta go plow. At least something's getting plowed around here. Holy, I overpaid my carbon tax, I think.